One of the first questions I ever get asked when I find a location is how. The second question is, how long did it take? So today I thought it'd be fun to just quickly run down how I found the iconic So No Head vine.
So no head?
That probably took me, I think, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just going to break down step-by-step process on my thought process and the individual steps that I did to find this road. So the first thing I did was I got the original source of the vine. Usually it's the best quality. It's very small things like this that really help. So I found like the original vine link. The way I did that was just going through Twitter, and old tweets were linked to the profile because it's very hard to find vine links nowadays, the original vine link. So I got the original video because it's the highest quality. And then from then on out, you want to figure out a general region that you're going to be in. Very many things lead us to the US here that I probably need to point out. From then, it's where in the US are we? And so there's a couple of things we have on this pole right here. You can see we have 2 reflectors, which indicate there's probably going to be 3. Which means they're going to be in California. We also have a front plate, which is also a very California thing. There's tons of roads in California. I'm not going to sit here and scan every single road. Immediately, it looks like it's going to be like NorCal, just based off the trees and general feel of the area. But that's why finding the original profile is important, because you can go through using external sources outside of just that one video. So you go through and you see if you can geolocate any other videos, right? And so I found in a couple of his other videos in the skate parks, he was in Oakland and Emeryville and Berkeley. The original poster of this video was generally in that region of California. And then I confirmed that literally by I found his original YouTube page after the fact, unfortunately. But Emeryville Skate Park, Oakland Hill Bomb, there's a trend of him being in these areas. I went back to kind of the same time frame from when he posted it to make sure he didn't move or anything like that. And so 4 years ago, which the video was like 6-7 years ago, he was in San Francisco. So I knew it was going to be NorCal, which was very helpful. And so then I took those 3 cities that he had posted that I had already geolocated. Mainly those were easy because there was like a sign that was Googleable. There was like in the background of the skate park, there was like a Walmart or something I could Google and just find the location. So I knew a general region that he was going to be in. We had Emeryville, we had Berkeley, and we had Oakland. And so the biggest thing is we had this fire hydrant, pretty distinct fire hydrant, it's white. And so the biggest thing then is I went through Berkeley, Emeryville, and Oakland were the 3 main regions this guy was posting in. And so what I did from there was I just went through different neighborhoods in Oakland to see if I can find fire hydrants that have the same design. Usually cities or towns will be consistent with their fire hydrant, right? This one, it's white, which maybe indicates a general region or something, I'm not sure. But it was a different design, didn't have the same bevels at the bottom. So I was like, okay, let me see if there's anything else in Oakland that makes sense. So I would like go around, and I think mainly in Oakland, the ones I found were like super colorful and just honestly didn't really line up at all. So I crossed Oakland out pretty quickly. It didn't really feel like Oakland, just from like what I was seeing, like the general vibes looked too residential. It didn't really make sense for me, right? And so then I went to Emeryville. I was like, okay, let's look at Emeryville, let's see if we can see anything. And again, I'm looking for a fire hydrant. So I'm literally just scanning, clicking randomly in Emeryville until I found one. This is not the same fire hydrant either. And so I keep going. I'm like, okay, we got Berkeley. And so then I go through Berkeley, hoping that there's one that lines up here. Once you have the fire hydrant, you can scan that city from then on out. And as I'm looking through Berkeley, I'm like, wow, these neighborhoods look a lot more similar to the ones were in the video. So I was actually pretty confident that we're going to be in Berkeley, just based off of the neighborhoods, these residential neighborhoods I was seeing. Road work ahead. I sure hope it does.
Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does.
And then I found the fire hydrant, and I noticed that we can see it's the exact same design, right? We go back to the beginning of this vine, and we can see that the indents on the bottom match the exact indents here. So then I'm like, okay, we're going to be in Berkeley somewhere. And so the next thing was, what region in Berkeley are we going to be in? Because you're not just going to look at every single road. The big thing that we had here that made this 10 times easier was that when he pans to the right, we notice right here that there's a curve going in the road. So if we were to draw this on a map, right, it would be like, I'm doing like the Disney thing here, but it'd be like a little S shape, where you would see the curve on the map. There's very little curves, right? So keep in mind, I can read a map fairly quickly, and so I can tell if something's gonna line up or not just by looking at it. And so I'm literally just scanning kind of these different neighborhoods in Berkeley. The whole west side, southwest is literally just linear. There's no curves at all. It's just lines. And so I was able to like narrow down like more than 90% of Berkeley because most of it is just linear. There's no curves in the roads. But when you get more north, you get these more curve shapes. And I went to the residential neighborhoods up here. I was like, okay, this one kind of makes sense. And then I quickly found the fire hydrant because of the curve. And I was able to confirm the location because, one, we had the iconic red car in the background. In the new video they posted, you could see this brick building in the background. And we have the exact same road curve. So that's how I confirmed this one. It's pretty standard. So It's really that easy. It's basically just kind of deductive reasoning and using clues and different techniques around. I think what people don't realize is that when you're finding a video, you have to use really whatever you have, different things from different social profiles and things like that to help make an educated guess. All in all, I think this process was a total of 15-20 minutes. I have Discord messages of me like breaking it down, like my thought process in the moment. I'll put on screen here, and that they're timestamped too. So I think it should be close to 20 minutes. But yeah, these are super fun to me, finding these different iconic vines. Usually some take much longer. This one was a great example of something that had very much enough clues to make it doable very quickly. I also think this is a good example of like showing how the sausage is made, right? It's not as glamorous as people may think, right? Like it's literally a very simple process that I think most people watching this video could probably do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more things like this in the future, let me know. Or if you guys have any old videos that you want me to break down, or if you have any more of like future videos or vines that you would like to see me geolocate, I would love to hear any in the comments. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.